Is wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins the missing piece for the Baltimore Ravens? Well, let's see what he had to say about it first, and then we'll answer the question for ourselves. Says, during a conversation with cornerback Marlon Humphrey and a strength coach this offseason, wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins was asked, since you've been on other teams, what do you think about the Ravens from the outside looking in? And that's such a great question to ask somebody that has a lot of experience and somebody that's literally played in every single type of game there is to play in. So he knows what it takes to lose, but he also knows what it takes to win. And I said Hopkins' response caught him off guard. And this is what he said. It seems like there's been a piece that's been missing, Hopkins told them. He said, I could be that addition, but I could not be that addition. He said Hopkins' impact in his first season with Baltimore will likely come down to how much faith Lamar Jackson has in him. Hopkins' resume has been so built on pulling in tight window passes that Humphrey referred to him as Mr. Contested Catch. And that's about as real as it gets. And it's very consistent with how DeAndre Hopkins has been and sort of the role that he's taken on ever since he's been a Baltimore Raven. DeAndre Hopkins has not come in here and been like, hey, I'm about to be that guy. Oh, y'all gonna see the best version of me this year. Oh, I felt better than I've ever felt in my whole career this offseason. He ain't been on none of that. DeAndre Hopkins has been here on a very, very humble approach. And he is like, hey, whatever y'all need from me, I'm ready to support. And we appreciate that from DeAndre Hopkins. But is he a missing piece for the Baltimore Ravens? Is he what they need to get over the hump? Well, I have two answers to that question. No, DeAndre Hopkins, in my opinion, is not the missing piece because the Baltimore Ravens have had enough pieces in order to get over the hump for years now. Last year, they certainly had enough pieces. The year before, they certainly had enough pieces. Like, Ravens have had, he's not the missing piece for the team, but he can certainly help them because he does make them that much better. DeAndre Hopkins, like the article said from ESPN, that was from Jamison Hensley, by the way, so shout out to him. But DeAndre Hopkins, he said, I could be the missing piece, so I could not be. And I think that it's a thing where DeAndre Hopkins, it talked about, like, it depends on how much faith Lamar Jackson puts in him and how much he relies on him. And from what Lamar Jackson said about him, from just the practices that they've already had, he said, man, he catch everything. And he still got the speed. He still got some reliable hands. So I'm sure with everything that Lamar has shown us, even from just last year alone, and just how much he continued to advance as a quarterback, I'm sure he's going to have all the faith in the world in the DeAndre Hopkins. Because with Lamar Jackson, what has made him that much more dangerous? And we've highlighted this for a long time now, especially over the course of last year. But just to reiterate it, because it's very important, remember Lamar Jackson before. Remember the Ravens offense before, just how much they were in a box. The only receivers that they had that were catching passes that were considered dangerous, it was 15 and 89. It was Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews. And that was pretty much it. They got everything. And then, of course, it was the run game as well. But you can't say that anymore. It's not just one or two guys as the primary targets anymore. No, the Baltimore Ravens have so many different weapons. And get this, with the Baltimore Ravens weapons, Lamar Jackson, he'll go to anybody. Like, yeah, we know Zay Flowers. He gonna get a lot of targets. And shout out to Zay Flowers. Zay Day was amazing. Shout out to Zay Flowers. Shout out to his pops, his brother. I appreciate y'all watching the videos. Thank you for supporting. And shout out to y'all for even running that back for a second year. We look forward to it. I know my son and his friends, they all enjoyed it. My wife and my daughter, they enjoyed. We all had a really, really good time. So shout out to Zay Flowers. Shout out to Zay Day. It was great. Much appreciation to y'all for real, man, because y'all be putting on. But we know Zay Flowers, he going to get a bunch of targets in a lot of different ways. He'll get the targets. He'll get the end arounds, even though they slowed up on the end arounds, on the reverse and the jet sweeps with Zay Flowers. They slowed up on that toward the end of the year. And then Rashad Bateman, he going to get his. Mark Andrews certainly going to get his. But it's different now because that ball is really spread around more than ever these days. So that makes the Baltimore Ravens that much more dangerous. But now with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, oh, it's crazy. It's crazy because we got so much talent at wide receivers. Zay Flowers, wide receiver 1. Rashad Bateman, wide receiver 1. DeAndre Hopkins, wide receiver one. Tez Walker want to be a wide receiver one. He trying to get there. Now he going to have to wait a bit because he got a lot of people in front of him, but he's making his attempt. We still got Tylan Wallace, Mr. Reliable, who everything thrown his way, he just catches it and makes a play. And then somebody who I've been forgetting to mention, this is how crazy this offseason's been. When we talk about the offense, we talk about all the different weapons. Recently, I've been forgetting to mention rookie from Colorado, another Florida Raven receiver, that boy LaJohntay Wester. So it's like the possibilities are endless. And then we still got, don't forget about Dayton Wade too. Shout out to Dayton Wade, man. Because Dayton Wade, he been quietly holding it down in the background for the wide receivers. Because ever since he came on as an undrafted rookie free agent last year, we were like, that boy, hey, just in case something happens and he need to fill in, he going to stay ready so he ain't got to get ready. So Ravens are like, they're blessed at the wide receiver, but like crazy, like we are stacked, man, stacked. And then we ain't even talk about the tight ends. We know Mark Andrews, we know Isaiah Likely, we know Charlie Cole, but again, the whole offense, man. But specifically at pass catches, Ravens are just in such a great position. And they're in probably the best, this should be the best Ravens offense ever in Ravens history, and it should really be one of the best NFL offenses ever. But again, from DeAndre Hopkins, his point of view, is he that missing piece again? No, he's not. But with his experience, it can only help the Baltimore Ravens. With Odell Beckham Jr., so we've had a receiver before on the team who's not only played in a Super Bowl, but won a Super Bowl. And that was, of course, Odell Beckham Jr. a couple years ago. But DeAndre Hopkins, he's going to be much better than Odell Beckham Jr., in my opinion. While DeAndre Hopkins is not as hyped as Odell Beckham Jr., he doesn't bring all the cameras and the lights, camera action. He doesn't bring all that stuff like Odell Beckham Jr. did, which is no problem. We enjoyed that. But DeAndre Hopkins, he's much healthier than an Odell Beckham Jr. With DeAndre Hopkins, his hands are better than Odell Beckham Jr. So even though Odell Beckham Jr., he didn't have a problem catching anything when he was with the Baltimore Ravens because his role was not to be the Odell Beckham Jr. of old. That was not expected of him at all. We didn't expect him to make all these highlight reel catches and whatnot and be like how he was on the Giants and what. No. We weren't expecting that from Odell. He hadn't played football in like 2 years. But what Odell's role was, he fulfilled that. He was a number 3 receiver, but he was somebody that was also there to support, to be a mentor to the other young receivers. He brought Zay into the NFL, helped him transition from Boston to the NFL. And he helped make it a nice, smooth transition. Zay Flowers, boom, just like that. So now with DeAndre Hopkins, he can continue to help guys like a Zay Flowers, guys like a Rashad Bateman, and he could help Lamar Jackson. Again, give him that contested catch, another contested catch wide receiver, because we saw with Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman said, hey, I can be that too. Don't get it twisted. So, and with DeAndre Hopkins, he can also help prepare Tez Walker to really take it to that next level. So while he may not be the missing piece, because the Baltimore Ravens have already had the pieces that they've needed to win, he certainly is a significant piece that helps them be even better, even stronger, and he makes them that much more of a contender to win the Super Bowl. Now, we done got to my favorite part of the videos where we get to feature questions from you all. If you would like to take part in it, send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com. Or if you want to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids if you want to show some extra support to the channel. And you can send your question in a DM right on there. First question came from our guy, George. He said, for starters, thank you for your show. I tune in every day after work, me and my kids. Hope your family is proud of you and your fam are doing well. I appreciate that, George. Shout out to you. Shout out to your kids. Shout out to your job for giving you some off time. Because I know it's tough out here, man. It is tough out here. And we got to enjoy all the off time from work that we could possibly get. And that's a beautiful thing that you are enjoying and spending your off time with your family. So shout out to you. I appreciate that, man. He said, quick question for you. Do you think it'll take until week 4 or week 6 for the new Ravens to really gel together, especially with the new additions like DeAndre Hopkins and Jair Alexander? We were just talking about D-Hop. He said, or do you think it could click sooner? What's your honest take on how long it might take for this squad to hit their stride? I honestly don't think it'll take long. Reason being, because look at last year. Last year, we had a lot of the same guys on the team. we had the same offense. We got the same quarterback, same offensive coordinator, a lot of the same personnel. So they were clicking last year. It should be a smooth transition. And Lamar has shown us, like, hey, we saw it last year with guys like Anthony Miller. We saw it with Steven Sims. He was new on the team. We even saw it with Deontay Johnson a little bit for the brief stint that he was with the Baltimore Ravens last year. We've seen it with Tylan Wallace. We've seen it with Tez Walker a bit too, that Lamar Jackson, he can build that connection with anybody, and he'll give anybody a shot. You come open or he trusts you, he going to give you opportunity. He going to give you that opportunity, man. So with DeAndre Hopkins, especially on off, I don't think it's going to take long at all. With Jair Alexander, and what works and helps with both DeAndre Hopkins and Jair Alexander, they ain't new to this. If they was guys like in their second, third year, something like that, oh, man, it might take a little bit for them to get adjusted. No, man. They both been doing this for a minute. DeAndre Hopkins for a hot minute. Jair Alexander since 2018. DeAndre Hopkins, I know not too long before that, but regardless, man, they both been in this game for a minute. They know what it takes to get it done. They both veterans, high-quality veterans, too. So I honestly don't think it's going to take long for either side, whether on offense or defense, to really get this thing going at all. He also said, and then with defense, we talking about Jair Alexander, again, the consistency. Zach Orr, second year. So we got the same offense and defensive coordinator. We saw how he cleaned things up toward the back end of the season, and they hit that stride and they never look back. So I would just expect that to continue moving forward. He said, also, off topic, would you ever be open to making a custom intro song for the show? Just wanted to ask out of respect and love for what you do. I know I appreciate that. But real quick, watch this.
The flock flies to the wise, it's a wonderful thing. Look what vision and commitment and some discipline brings. When 8 becomes 1, the mood swings and the flock sings for another ring. Man, we tuning in to Ingravenvids, set that scene tonight. Team, keep it clean, hold it down, the spark to ignite. A name in the lights, a North Star, ain't feeling far. When you run that north every year, that's just setting the bar.
Hey, that's funny. Good timing with that question, because that's actually been something that has been in the works for a little while now. And literally that intro video literally just got finished last night, man. We got some wonderful people in Ravens face, and I appreciate you being willing to do that. But yeah, you see, it's already been taken care of. So shout out to Flock Rundown and shout out to Simply AS10. Flock Rundown did the verse, he did the song, and Simply he did the video. I love it, man. They did their thing on that one. So I appreciate you. I appreciate them. Shout out to them too. But shout out to you, George. Shout out to your whole family, man. And shout out to you for, again, spending quality time, not just time, but quality time with your family on a consistent basis, because that's super important. Next question came from my guy, Drew. He said, hello, Ingraven. What's up, Drew? He said, I just wanted to reach out and say I really love your videos and keep up that grind. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. He said, you make me motivated to continue my YouTube channel, which is Dre Blakely TV. Anyways, I've been watching your channel since the 2022 season. Hey, if you did, go for it, man. Go for it. So I always tell people, go for it. And this really applies to just a lot of stuff in life, not just YouTube, but don't wait for things to be perfect to either start it up or to keep going. You ain't got to have the perfect camera, the perfect setup, the perfect idea. Just go for it, man. And the rest will happen, man. But anyway, he said, I also watch other YouTubers like For the Flock. Shout out to Noah. Noah be crushing it, straight crushing it. And he been crushing it for years, man. I was so happy for him when he got the opportunity to do this full time, because he's been doing it full time for, I think it's almost been like maybe a little over a year now. But Noah been doing his thing. Noah, you remember how Zay Flowers said Malachi Starks is like that? Noah from For the Flock is like that. He really is, man. So shout out to him. He also said, he said you should do some collaboration with Noah for the upcoming season, like predictions. Oh yeah, that'd be great. We gotta have Noah back on again. We gotta have a lot of people back on again. For me, with scheduling stuff, that's the part that I hate. When we actually do it, I love it. But I just hate scheduling stuff because I'm so like, how do you explain it? I love just my free time and whatnot. I hate scheduling stuff, but I do love when we make it happen. So yeah, I got you, man. I'm reach out to him. He said also watch Ravens Rundown. We just talking about my guy Ryan. Shout out to that boy, man. Shout out to Ravens Rundown, to Flock Rundown, my boy Ryan, man. He got it. He done came up quick. The boy hit 10,000 subscribers, boom, like that. 20K on the way, baby. Anyway, he also said, and I also watched The Vault. Oh, The Vault. It's like, it seemed like in their vault with Bobby and Sarah. I know Bobby just got finished doing a world tour, but it seemed like with Bobby and Sarah, they like in their vault, they got the best special guests. They already special themselves, just them two alone. But they go get the best special guests every single time, knock it out the park. They are a perfect tag team, a perfect 1-2 punch. They were both already strong enough on their own, but they said, you know what? Let's combine forces, and they did it. And they've been doing it ever since, and they got it, man. So shout out to Bobby and Sarah from The Vault, man. But he said, I'm very hyped for this season. It seems like we have more of a complete team this year and like an all-in season with new additions and coaching updates. Yeah. Oh, yeah. An even more complete team. We had it last year too. Year before that too. We done had them. But this year for sure, it's one of the best Ravens rosters, maybe the best Ravens roster ever. We'll see. But I think it actually could be. But anyway, he said, sorry for the long message, but my question is, with the roster we currently have, how many sacks and interceptions are we going to have, and who do you think are the contributors to those plays? Well, you can get it from everybody. I would say the leader that I could see in sacks, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, Mike Green. I'm going to say Adolphe Fairway. I'm going to say Adolphe Fairway leads the Baltimore Ravens in sacks. But it's a good league. I know some people are going, Adolphe Fairway leads the team in sacks. I don't know about that. I'm going to say him. Because it's contract year, and that's what Ravens pass rushers do. They go crazy contract year because they know what's on the way. Whether it's from the Ravens or somebody else, this is what they do. So I'm going to say Adolphe Fairway will be the leader. How many sacks? I can't give you how many sacks the whole team going to get, but I'm going to say Adolphe Fairway going to be a leader. And as far as leader in interceptions, I'm gonna go Kyle Hamilton, and if not Kyle Hamilton, then I'm gonna go Marlon Humphrey again. I was gonna say Nate Wiggins, but let me see about them hands first, because Nate Wiggins had the opportunity to get a lot more last year, but he kept dropping them. Hey, he's a cornerback though, so I ain't mad, but still. So I'm gonna go Marlon Humphrey again, just to play it safe. He said, keep up the videos, man. Love hearing everyone passionate thoughts on our favorite team. Oh yeah, that's the best part about it. I love hearing it too from everybody, man, because we got so many people that cover the Baltimore Ravens. We as Ravens fans, we set, man. We got a lot of variety, man, and I love it. So I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, man.